For most of us, our home is our largest asset. Therefore, the decision whether or not to sell requires serious thought and consideration. There are 5 keys to selling real estate. The first and most important is price. It's critical to get your home priced right. If your home is priced too high or too low, it will miss its target group and will not be seen by the buyers who are interested in purchasing it. A realtor can help you price your property by preparing a CMA, comparative market analysis. This analysis will look at what similar homes recently sold for. Price is determined based on what previous buyers were willing to pay for similar or comparable properties. It's important to understand that in real estate, as in life, there are variables that are within our control and those that are outside of our control. The current economic market is outside of our control. The real estate market is similar to all other economic markets in that price is driven by supply and demand. If there are very few houses for sale and there are a lot of buyers or people wanting to buy those houses, the market will favor the seller and home prices will rise because of the lack of inventory. However, if the economic climate is marked by high interest rates and unemployment, then there may not be as many qualified buyers. In this scenario, there will be fewer buyers than sellers and therefore prices will fall. Price is influenced by the style, size, and location of your home. Most sellers would like to know how they can add value to their home and therefore increase the sale price of their property. The preparation to sell begins long before the actual listing date of the property. A realtor can assist sellers in knowing what home improvements have a high ROI, return on investment, and which will result in a surplus for you, the seller. Often sellers do not want to spend more time and money investing in their home since they have already decided to sell. However, they would still like to ensure that their home looks favorable and attractive to buyers in order to optimize profits. All houses will sell when priced low enough, but it is a realtor's job to get you, the seller, the most possible dollars for your property. Buyers need to be able to visualize themselves living in the property. Staging helps to make a vacant home feel like home. Staging is key in neutralizing the property so that a buyer doesn't think about who the current owners are and instead can imagine themselves living in the home. Studies show that buyers choose a home based on how it makes them feel. And only 10% of buyers can visualize a property differently than how it was presented at the time of showing. The first step in the staging process is decluttering and cleaning. Buyers listed cleanliness, the smell of the home, and floor plan as the most important factors when deciding which home to purchase. Marketing encompasses all of the previous 4 keys in the selling process. Today's buyer begins their search on the computer, and therefore each property should have its own URL. Social media is critical in today's marketing and should not be overlooked. Today's buyer will spend hours scrutinizing over photos before taking that next step and booking a showing. Property-specific URLs make smartphone searches easy for the consumer. The art of skilled negotiation is key to closing any real estate transaction and is required not only at the time of offer presentation, but right up until closing. Most offers are conditional to financing and inspection. The buyer will have a set amount of days in order to satisfy their conditions. This is a very delicate time in the closing of the transaction, and without a skilled negotiator, deals often collapse. The seller and buyer may disagree regarding the seriousness of the issues uncovered during the time of inspection. There is often disagreement regarding who and how much should be paid for the repairs. Effective communication is critical in order to facilitate agreeable terms to both the buyer and seller. Once all condition removal issues have been resolved, it's time to contact your lawyer. Your lawyer will ensure that the title is transferred and that all terms of the purchase contract have been fulfilled. Once your lawyer has received the buyer's funds, they are responsible for paying out all disbursements. Once this is completed, they will contact the realtors and keys will be released. The decision when and how to sell your property is challenging. It's critical that you choose a realtor you can trust, who has a proven plan of action and is prepared to take care of your interests first and foremost. Call me. I can help.